Secret Handshake Productions presents Mordred, an original audio drama based on the Arthurian legend. Chapter 4, The King of Crows.
If only the enemies of the Table Round could hear the dulcet tones of Sir Lancelot. They'd do no evil.
I should go.
So soon?
The night is waning. It will soon be morning. We'll risk being found.
In these 4 years, have we ever been discovered? No one enters this chamber unless I give the word. Stay.
I will rest easier. But I must be out early. Tomorrow's meeting is important. I've never seen the king so distressed.
France.
Things are reaching a breaking point. And Mordred's return after all this time offers the king no comfort.
There's sure to be quite a commotion.
When is there not?
Come here. Je t'aime, my noble lance.
So too are you, Jenny.
Who could that be?
Am I your son? Am I your son? Am I your son?
Yes.
All this time, 2 years in your court, and you didn't tell me?
You weren't ready.
Coward. You were afraid to tell me. Well, you thought I'd challenge your rule.
No. I had only your best interests in mind.
Spare me your excuses. On the May Day of my birth, you tried to kill me.
I was a fool. Afraid. A boy no older than you.
Teetering on the fence again? Tell me straight, man, why?
These things, Mordred. Everything you've experienced between Morgan Le Fay, your mother, and myself, they're all connected. More than you know.
Then explain.
The years leading up to your birth were a tumultuous time for England. I was a new king, much younger than my father, which led a number of our nation's rivals to believe we were in a vulnerable state. Uprisings were staged throughout Europe. When our forces killed King Roynes of Wales, his brother Nero forged an alliance with the King of Orkney, a man named Lot, your grandfather.
My what?
Your grandmother, a woman named Agravaine, bore 3 children in her time. 2 daughters of Lot, and 1 son of Uther. Me.
2 daughters. Who was the other?
No. Morgan once told you she was family. She spoke true.
But if Agravaine bore you and my mother, that would make the 2 of you...
Half siblings, yes.
Why would you?
The struggle with King Lot led to an invasion of Orkney, of which our nation reigned victorious. Lot was killed, and his daughter's thoughts on the events that transpired caused a split between them. Morgause saw Lot's actions for what they were, an attempt to seize power from a vulnerable nation. Morgan disagreed. She wanted to see the expansion of Orkney's power. She was angered that her sister stood with me. So, she used her arcane gifts to influence Morgause and I to conceive a child. You.
Why would she do that?
It is hard to say exactly. Perhaps she hoped it would cause a scandal, disgracing me and weakening the English monarchy. Or that the result would be a child of great deformity, an heir that would bring ruin to the throne. Morgan is a danger. That is why Merlin, Lancelot, and myself locked her away all these years.
Locked her away?
In a cave magically sealed by Merlin. We had hoped we'd locked away her evil for good. We were wrong.
All of this, it still doesn't answer the question. Why did you do what you did on May Day?
When I learned Morgause was with child, the only life I could envision for you was pain. It seemed a cruelty to allow a child bred from such hatred to endure that. I was afraid for you.
You were not afraid for me alone.
No, you are right. I was afraid for myself too. I knew not what would come of your birth. So, I did something evil. Something for which I do not deserve your forgiveness.
No, you do not.
I wish I could undo what I've done. I cannot. But listen to me, Mordred. For reasons neither of us can yet understand, you are alive. Whether brought together by Morgan Le Fay, the hand of God, or dumb luck, we have been brought together again. We have an opportunity to unite as one and move into what comes next together. We must seize it.
No. There is nothing to be salvaged from this. Nothing can be done. You are nothing to me. The one good thing in my life has been ripped from my hands, and all that's left are the empty promises of the Round Table and the half-man standing wearing a crown, standing before me, pretending he's suddenly a father. I will have none of it.
Mordred.
None of it. King Arthur, I'm leaving.
Mordred.
What are you three doing here?
You and the king, we heard everything.
Of course. Good. Well, worry not. I'll trouble you no further. I am not your brother. You owe me nothing.
Mordred, you're upset.
You know nothing of what I feel. You never have, all of you.
Half-brother or not, you are one of us. You always have been. We will not let you fall, and we certainly do not want you to go. It doesn't have to be like this.
I am past the point of being persuaded.
Please, don't go.
Mordred! Tonight we feast in honor of Sir Gawain, for besting the Green Knight with a valiant heart and brave soul.
What are you doing out here, mate?
I'm hungry. I'll work. I just need some food.
Be gone from here, swine!
Sir Agravaine, you are well ruled among your peers. For ending a bandit dispute in Lothian peacefully, we honor thee.
Thief! Thief! Stop him!
Mom, please. I'm a lone wanderer. I'll pay you as soon as I'm good for the money.
Get out of my sight, drunk!
You are a goodly knight, Sir Gareth. Your willingness to listen before you act brings honor to this court. 5 children live because of you. Tonight, we shall dine in your name.
You! Give that here! What do you think you're doing?
Your chicken escaped its pen. I was simply returning it.
Keep your hands off my property.
I was only trying to help.
I don't want your help. Get out of here.
Can you spare some food, sir? I've wandered a long time.
I said, be gone.
4 years I've heard those words everywhere.
Are you drunk? You bear a sword and spurs. You're a knight, aren't you?
I am not a knight.
Alert the guard. This man's tried to kill me.
I saw it.
Knights of the Round Table! I get to be Sir Gawain. You were Sir Gawain last time. Sir Gareth, then. I shall smite my foes as Sir Agravaine. What shall the brother knights fight this time? A phoenix! Together we can best any beast.
There's a fourth.
Sir?
There is a fourth. Of the brother knights you speak of, or was once. Who will be the fourth?
There's not a fourth.
Yes, there is.
Sir Gawain, Sir Agravaine, and Sir Gareth, the brother knights of the Round Table. Everyone knows that.
Know you not of Sir Mordred?
Who?
Sir Mordred! He had honour, a knight as noble as his brothers. He has a place in your game, does he not?
There's only 3 of us.
You know not the game you play. You parade yourselves as frauds. You know nothing of the Round Table as it truly is.
It's just a game.
It is not a game.
He shoved that boy. I seen it.
No.
He's running. Go after him.
Boy, come on, after him.
Move.
Think he headed this way. Spread out. Along this. Come with me.
What do you run from, young man?
Where did you come from?
Where did you?
I don't understand.
And where are you going? You may wander, but for a man such as you, all roads lead back to the Round Table.
The Round Table? How did you know that I was a knight?
You are armed, are you not? Your scabbard bears the King's seal.
Oh. The crows. They surround you.
Yes. Yes. Wise creatures. Good friends. Come night, it grows dark. You are in need of food and warmth. I shall be thy gracious host. My friends and I live modestly, but we are not greedy. What's ours is yours.
Why are they drawn to you?
The crows and I have an appreciation for one another. They speak wisdoms from beyond. I give them voice, at least to those who would listen.
Who are you?
Lot of Lothian had dominion over Orkney, so they named him King of Orkney. Arthur Pendragon of England, so too they call him King of England. I have dominion over the crows, so you may call me the King of Crows. Eat, drink. You are on the edge, young man. Something has made you into an animal.
You cannot imagine what I've been through.
I know a man who is torn between two worlds, but belongs to neither when I see one.
How do you know that?
What is your name?
Mordred.
Ah, an interesting name. Mordred. As I have come to know, it has two origins, two meanings. In the Old Welsh, Medbraut, meaning to be controlled. In the Older Latin, mors.
Meaning?
Death.
What's so funny?
It's curious, is it not, that these should be the origins for the name of someone like yourself. You have indeed been controlled your whole life, have you not?
How would you know that?
I only speak what is presented to me. Knowledge comes to me as simply as the wind rolls off the wings of my friends. What comes of someone who has been controlled their whole life, brought to the brink of sanity by those who would try to control his destiny? It is in your name, is it not?
These things you speak of, you confuse me.
When I look into the eyes of a young man such as yourself, I cannot help but ponder. One such as you, who has been kept so close to those who wish to control him, must have seen something he wasn't supposed to, at least at one time or another.
Tensions between England and France are too high to risk sparking further conflict.
Queen Guenevere is beautiful. She's quite something.
Why are you telling me this?
You shall have a life of glorious purpose.
I'll make sure of that.
How are you doing this? Is this a trick? Morgan? Is this more witchcraft? Speak, old man. Are you a product of Morgan Le Fay?
Don't know who to trust now, do you?
You know nothing of my life, nothing of me.
Have you been listening to anything I've said, young man? The kind king, the noble knight, the questing queen. All things in Camelot are teetering. All it needs is a push.
Push? Yes. Of course. What Lancelot said at the hunt, his disappearances with the Queen.
Do you know what the punishment is for treason, young man?
It would be treason, wouldn't it? Heartbreak for the king, war thereafter. The nights are restless as it is. If someone were to promise them what they wanted.
It is time to take control into your hands, and death will surely follow, even if you can't seize what you want.
I can burn it all to ash.
Of course, this is only what the crows tell me. And really, what do they know?
For the first time in my life, I know what I am meant for.
Is there truly nothing that can be done? Will they not listen to reason?
It would appear not. I have made multiple attempts to make contact with the French monarchy, but to no avail. They have withdrawn their ambassadors, cut off all trade, and King Philip has refused any communication of late.
This is all so sudden.
It seems anything I do to mend tensions only serves to make them worse.
Where's Merlin? Surely he can offer some advice.
He's gone. Apparently he's been living in a cave for these past 3 years with the sorceress he fell in love with.
Oh. That actually happened?
So it would seem. By whose volition this occurred I cannot say, but I'm certain he'll be fine. Still, a trusted advisor would be helpful during this time.
All things in the state of Camelot seem uncertain.
Yes. At a time such as this, it is best that we exercise a great deal of caution in how we appear to the court. We don't want to draw attention to anything that could upset the balance as it stands.
I would agree.
As do I.
Good. We all know where we stand.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Arthur, we will always be loyal to you and your cause. You know that, don't you?
Always, my king. Never faltering.
I know. I have never doubted that. I just wish some of the others shared the same fate.
My God.
Is that?
Mordred? After all this time, I don't know what to say. I am happy to see you.
You've been gone for so long, Mordred. 4 years.
Why have you returned? Why now?
I was wandering. I needed time to find myself, discover my purpose. I've done so.
And now you are back where you belong.
Yes. I only hope you can accept me with the open arms you did when I was a boy.
Of course.
Sir Lancelot, my queen. To see the king's most trusted friends with my own eyes again is a privilege. In my travels, it has become clear that your fealty toward our king is unmatched.
Yes. We love him dearly.
It's inspiring, really.
Where were you?
Mordred. Are you all right?
Where have you been? Oh, it's good to see you again.
My brothers. I'm glad to be with you again.
We'll have a bed made for you immediately. You should rest. Your journey has been long, and you are weary. I am glad you're back, Sir Mordred.
This time, I will fulfill my purpose well.
What is it, Pelly?
His return is most inauspicious, my lord. Nothing good can come from it. Nothing good.
Wandering for 4 years. You didn't settle anywhere in that time?
No. At least no longer than a fortnight.
How did you get by?
The occasional kindness of strangers. But that was few and far between. I made my day-to-day by stealing.
Stealing?
I had to survive.
Mordred, are you sure you're alright?
I'm fine. I recently found a friend who gave me some much-needed clarity.
You left so quickly those 4 years ago. We hardly had the chance to assure you that we'd always be here for you. Regardless of parentage, we are all brothers.
Aye. All for one and one for all. Remember?
I remember.
Things are tense right now. You've returned at a dark time for the court. The king is in constant distress about France. It seems a war could spark with a cough these days. And the knights. They've never been so eager to break the code. The king's had to double down on their behaviour.
Everyone is frustrated. Things are uncertain.
Well, the king isn't exactly helping. France is withdrawn because they see us as weak. I'm not certain I can disagree with the other knights at this point.
How could you say that? They would let immorality corrupt the table if they had the chance. The king is the only thing standing in the way of that.
Yes, but there's a larger issue, isn't there? While I will follow the king to the death, it cannot be denied, Gawain. He is losing his touch. The English Empire is not as mighty as it once was, because simply put, the king isn't leading.
What?
You must admit, Gawain. He has grown distracted by his quest for kindness. Turning the other cheek is noble, yes. But in times like this...
We need more.
Exactly.
I'll not tolerate you two speaking against the king. He is trying to maintain order. You cannot possibly understand the immense responsibility he is burdened with.
You have your own biases in relation to the king, Gawain. Let us be honest with ourselves.
The king has shown favour in me, yes. Been like a father, but that is besides the point.
That must be nice. I have heard of your achievements these 4 years. Tales of Sir Gawain spread far and wide. Fathers tell their children your glories, and those children pretend to be you when at play with their friends. The king has given you great honours. How nice it must be to have something of a father on your side.
Mordred, you weren't here. You could have had the same.
But that doesn't matter now. Everything happens for a reason. I'm only happy to be back.
What are you two doing here?
We heard a rumor that a certain someone had returned.
You could have knocked.
So it's true then? Sir Mordred back from exile.
He wasn't exiled, he chose to leave.
Either way, you look the part. Quite a beard you've grown there.
We're speaking to our brother. You two should go.
And the king simply let you back in without a thought. He truly has lost his way.
I heard a man of similar description to you was run out of 3 separate villages for starting fights with the locals. But that couldn't have been you. You're too kind for that.
It's been a long time, Sir Lamorak, Sir Dinadan. It is good to see you.
You little worm. There is no greater dishonor than abandoning your court in the cover of night without a word.
After shouting at the king, no less.
You ought to be hanged. Yet here you stand, a clean bed made up for you. It turns my stomach to see you welcomed back into the fold.
I see what you mean, brothers. Tensions are high. It's fitting that Lamorak and Dinadan should be the first knights to greet me upon my homecoming.
Do not turn away. Address us like a man.
The two of them were the catalyst for an important realization, perhaps the most important of my life. Though I hated them for it, and I certainly hate them now. I must thank them, for they opened my eyes.
He's drawn his dagger. What is he doing? I don't know. Should we stop him?
Let him do as he likes.
Watch your tongue, boy. Think we too stupid to understand your veiled insults?
The king has taken robust measures to assure there's no fighting among us. Making threats against me will see you thrown out as quickly as you've reappeared.
I'm sorry, Sir Lamorak. I should have known better.
You see, was that so difficult? Would you believe it, Dinadan? We finally taught the weasel some manners.
Do you want to know what my realization was, Lamorak?
What?
Mordred, no!
The round table is not good.
You bastard! Agravaine, Gareth, what are you doing?
No more, Dinadan. This is long overdue. Let go of me, you filthy!
May the dogs shit you out.
What have you three done? This is treason.
How? This was self-defense, was it not?
What? No, it
was.
That's what I saw.
My God. What have you become? The king will have your head for this.
Is the king truly in control?
Gareth, Agravaine. How? How could you go along with this?
Things aren't like they used to be.
Things must change, Gawain.
I'll not be part of this. I'll tell the king what really happened here.
Go on then. Who will corroborate your story? Besides, Gawain, you wanted Lamorak and Dinadan dead. Just as we all did.
I wanted them to face punishment for how they acted, but not like this.
Yet you didn't stop us. The king is old, out of touch. He drives this nation into the ground.
What exactly do you intend to do about that?
I am his son. Bastard or not, I am next in line. I can lead us to something better, but the only way forward is to take action.
I stand with you, Mordred.
And I
cannot believe this. You've all lost your way.
No, brother. I have found it.
Je t'aime, my noble lance.
So too are you, Jenny.
Who could that be?
Jenny.
Stay there. Who is it?
Jenny!
So it is as I thought.
Mordred? What do you think you're doing?
Spot, you were right.
Your Majesty, this is treason.
Boys, there are things going on here you cannot understand.
That is quite unlike you, ma'am, to make excuses. You're called upon to be better than that.
Is this why you came back? Mordred, I understand you are in pain, but vengeance will not...
It is a shame that someone as beautiful as you should be corrupted by someone as ugly as Lancelot. You seek affection below your station, ma'am. Or is it simply amusement?
Do not speak to her that way. You have no right.
Whatever happened to your nobility, Lancelot? Honor was of great importance to you. Was. Once. No longer, I see.
What?
Do not listen, Lance.
To engage in a treasonous affair with the king's wife, the queen. And you call yourself his friend. I can think of no higher dishonor. No hope at virtue now.
Lance!
Everyone! Rise and come quickly! I've found the queen in a compromising position with the king's best knight. Summon the guard!
What is the meaning of... Rather rude.
What is it? Lancelot is in the Queen's bedchamber.
What? The king approaches.
Hot, fools, hot!
Mordred, what are you doing here?
My duty in accordance with the law. I am obligated as a knight of the table to report treason when I see it, am I not?
This is not about doing your knightly duty.
Will you deny it, King Arthur, as you have for so long now? It is before your eyes, everyone's eyes. Sir Lancelot and Guenevere in an unholy consummation.
Lance, breathe.
Stop him! No, let him go. He'll trouble us no longer.
Arthur.
All will be well, Jenny. Do not fear.
Will You deny it.
No.
Perhaps there is some goodness in you yet. Now you must exact justice. This is what the law states, yes? So tell me, Your Majesty, what is the punishment for treason?
Burning at the stake.
Thank you for joining Secret Handshake for the 4th chapter of Mordred. This series was written and directed by Elliott Brotherhood. The voices featured in this episode include Lilian Rebelo as Guenevere, Darian Goulding as Lancelot, Max Pink as Mordred, Demetrios Troy as King Arthur, Seth K. Hale as Gawain, Mikkel Knutson as Gareth, Joe Boersma as Agravaine, Emily Holland as additional voices, Brandt Hoover as Sir Dinadan and additional voices, Leo Madson as Child 1, Vivian Madson as Child 2, Gwen Madson as Child 3, Matt Daniels as the King of Crows and Sir Pellinore, Joe Picchetti as Sir Lamorak, Maya Danks as Morgan Le Fay, Nicholas Sun as Sir Bors, and John Brotherhood as Sir Gareth. Thank you for listening.